Past midnight when the phone rang, a call that no one expected, and one that would change a young man's life forever. But here's the thing, the biggest danger that night wasn't the crime. It was a decision that could either save a life or destroy it. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll realize that sometimes your last call might be the one that defines who you really are. Our story starts in a quiet American town, where 17-year-old Jake worked part-time at a small diner. It was the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, and the loudest thing at night was the buzzing of the neon open sign. But on one chilly Friday night, as Jake was cleaning the counter, the phone rang. On the other end was a shaky voice. "Tell them. I saw him, at the docks." Then click. The line went dead. Jake froze. It was no prank. He recognized the voice. It belonged to a local man who had been missing for 2 days. But Jake's curiosity was battling with his fear. He could ignore it, or he could find out the truth. And here's the thing about life, your biggest tests never arrive with a warning label. Jake decided to investigate. He told himself it was just to check if the man was okay. But deep down, he knew it was more than that. He biked across town to the old docks, a place most people avoided after dark. The water reflected the pale moonlight, and every creak of the wooden planks sounded like a warning. He spotted a figure, slumped near a shipping crate. Jake's heart pounded. But before he could get closer, he heard footsteps, heavy ones, coming from behind him. 2 men emerged from the shadows, whispering something about getting rid of him before morning. Jake ducked behind a stack of crates, his mind racing. If he called the police, he'd have to explain what he was doing there. If he ran, the man might not live to see the sunrise. And just to be clear, this is not the kind of late-night cardio you want in your life. Here's where history repeats itself, because throughout history, the bravest choices have often been made in the scariest moments. Think of Harriet Tubman guiding people to freedom, or young soldiers risking their lives for strangers. Jake took a deep breath. He remembered something his history teacher once said. The measure of a person is not what they say they'll do, but what they actually do when the moment comes. He waited until the men turned away, then dashed to the slumped figure, helped him up, and they both escaped into the dark, heading straight for the police station. The missing man survived, and testified the next morning against a criminal ring that had been operating in town for years. Jake didn't just save a life that night, he saved his own future. Because every time you choose courage over fear, truth over silence, you rewrite your own history, for the better. One day, your last call will come. It may not be on a phone, but it will be a choice, and it will test you. When it does, remember Jake, and remember that courage doesn't wait for perfect timing. It acts, even in the dark. And if you want to discover more real stories from history that can guide your life today, tap the end screen now to watch History Morals for Life. Trust me, you won't want to miss the lessons waiting for you there.